Hey y'all, it's Jen for the Love of Iris, and welcome to another 31 Days of Halloween. This is day 12, and today we're going to be making this project. This is a little treat box, and it holds two little fun-size Snickers, or it can hold one regular-size Snickers, whatever you like. We're going to make it using the envelope punch board rather. And the designer series paper that I'm going to be using is a little foxy. So let's get started. My lighting is really bad. Let me see if I can fix that. Is that better? Maybe. Okay. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of 6x6 cardstock. I'm using Tangerine Tango. And designer series paper that you're going to need is, if you want to cover it in the four sides, you're going to need four pieces. You're going to need two pieces at 1 1/8 by 3 7/8, and then two pieces at 15/16 by 3 7/8. So this is just the one little sliver before an inch on these two. And then of course your 6x6. So you take your envelope punch board and line your first punch up at 1 1/4. You're going to punch, and score. You're going to need your little scoring tool here. So 1 1/4 punch and score, and then 2 3/4 punch and score. And that's the only measurements that you're going to need, because the next time you do it, when you rotate your cardstock, you're just going to line up your first score line with this little hook or nipple or whatever you want to call it here, and then punch and score. And then you're going to line up with the second one you've already created, punch and score. Flip it around, and you're going to just keep going. Line it up with your score line there, punch and score. Line it up here, punch and score. Okay, line it up here. This is your last side, and you're going to just keep going, punch and score. Let me bring it in a little bit so you can see. Oops, that's too far, isn't it? Let's try that. And then line it up there. So see, you got, all you're doing is lining up your line with that little nook there. Line up your little line if you've never used the envelope punch board. There, line, and then punch and score. Okay. All right. Whoops, sorry. Okay. And then you're going to take these little points here, and you're going to slide them in the back side here, and this is a corner rounder, and it's going to round your corner. Okay. Okay, it's going to round that corner there. This is a little bit wonky on this side, but we'll make it work. Okay, and we're done with the envelope punch board. We'll get this out of the way. Now we're going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we're going to line up our points here on the paper trimmer at 2 3/4. So if you look at your 2 3/4 mark, it's right here. You're going to line up the point there at 2 3/4, and same thing down here at the bottom is 2 3/4 as well. Okay, so 2 3/4 at the top and the bottom. Let me see if I can get it all in. Yeah. Okay, 2 3/4 and 2 3/4, and then you're just going to trim off just a tiny little triangle there. Okay, and then turn it around and do the same thing. So 2 3/4 up top here, and 2 3/4 right here. All right, and then you're just going to be cutting off two little triangles so that your box will kind of look like that. Okay. All right. Now take your paper snips, and you're going to cut up the two lines that go parallel to your tabs. So these two here. Okay. Those two, and then these two on both sides. And I'm going to make this a little bit neater because I don't like the way that looks. Hopefully yours will be a little bit neater. Okay. And then we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. My lighting is really bad today. I need to open the window, I guess. It's still a little early. It's like 7 o'clock here. Maybe 7:30. The sun's not really out yet all the way. I don't like this fall weather. So everybody enjoying fall? I don't like fall. It means summer's over and the swimming pool has to be covered and the beach trips have to stop, and it just hurts my feelings. Okay. The way to assemble the box, the best way that I've found, is to actually put it together and close it, and then run your fuse on the one side, because it gives you a very sturdy box. If you try to kind of do it, you know, like how you would typically do your boxes, if you do it this way and then this way, you can do that. Let's try that and see. The other boxes I did, it didn't seem to work out very well, but let's try it and see how it works. Oh no, it worked out just fine. Okay, well then, forget I said anything. Just do it like you would assemble a normal box. Fuse on one part, and then close it like you would a normal box. Don't pay attention to me. I'm upset about fall still. Does everybody love fall? I'm just not a fan of fall. I mean, I like the weather, I guess. I love the smell of cinnamon. I don't like all the pumpkin spice stuff. I like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of any of it. I'm sure I'm going to make a bunch of people mad. Everybody probably loves pumpkin spice everything. I saw a display on the store the other day that had pumpkin spice Cheerios and all sorts of pumpkin spice stuff, and I was like, this is getting a bit ridiculous, guys. I mean, really, come on. Okay, I am using a little Foxy because it's got the gray and the white in it. Although the other pattern does have the Tangerine Tango in it, I didn't think that the pool party was very Halloween-ish, so I'm just going to use the gray. And a little bit of snail to adhere this down. And the stamp set I'm using today is Mr. Funny Bones. It's very cute. Oops, I think I might have cut that a little too long. It's all right. We'll make it work. No, I guess I didn't. I probably just glued it down wrong. All this chatter. I'm just all chattering away and not paying attention to my project. Making a big mess of things. That one worked out nicely. Yeah, I didn't look at what I did. It's all wonky. I'll give this one to my 10-year-old. She won't care. She just eats the treats inside. When you give your projects to your kids, do they care about the packaging? Mine clearly don't. Okay. So we're going to use the nice one for the front of our box. I am using a 1.5 inch circle punch. Actually, let me bring my Big Shot in, and I'm going to do this part first just because it's quicker. This is the layering circles framelits, and this is the number 3 to me, number 3 scallop, and basic black cardstock. Just going to run it through to get my scallop circle. Remove this. Okay. And then this is the Mr. Funny Bones. Love it. So punny. Have a humorous Halloween with bones. High five with some hands. Hip hip hooray with a hip. Where's the hip? There it is. Ha! You stole my heart, and you can make a skeleton with no heart in it. Ah, I love it. Break a leg and a broken leg. Did I say that already? Probably. Oh snap, and you can make his leg broken. I don't know why I think that's so daggum funny, but the one I'm going to use today is Bon Appetit, a tasty treat. And I don't care for the fish on there because it's not for my cat. If it were for my cat, I would totally use it. But I'm going to do selective stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp the words and not the fish. And the way that I'm going to do that, there's 2 ways to do it. You can just ink up the words on the side here and not ink up the fish. Or if you do ink up the fish, just flip it over and wipe off the fish with either a rag or your finger or whatever. And I'm going to stamp this kind of towards the bottom here. Bon appetit, a tasty treat. So funny to me. I don't know why. Because I'm a juvenile, I guess. No idea. And then I'm going to take, that was Rich Razzleberry, by the way. Rich Razzleberry ink. This is Smoky Slate. I'm going to take the cute little spider web, and I'm going to actually stamp off because I don't want it to be too bold. So I'm going to stamp off of that, and then just a very light spider web up there. Can you see that? Yeah. Let me fix that. Okay. And then one more stamp here. I'm going to stamp the actual bone because I think that's a riot. Bon appetit, a tasty treat. You can't tell me that's not funny. If you can't laugh at that, you just get the heck out. All right. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snail and I'm going to snail my scallop circle to my package here. And then I'm going to take a dimensional and pop up the sentiment and do that. Bon appetit, a tasty treat. How stinking cute is that? And that's with the Foxy Friends Designer Series paper, so it doesn't have to be Halloween paper at all. And then I also made this one with the Blossoms and Blooms, and it just says with love. It's made with the, let me see, Tin of Tags, I believe. Yeah, the Tin of Tags, which is Christmas, but doesn't have to be. And that is Rich Razzleberry cardstock, so it doesn't have to be Halloween. These 31 days of Halloween that I'm doing, if you don't do Halloween, that's so cool. Just make them with whatever project papers you want. Make them for Christmas, or make them for Hanukkah, or make them for whatever, birthday, bar mitzvah, anything. They don't have to be Halloween. This is just the time of year for me right now. So use them for inspiration. I hope y'all are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!